So what is green harvesting? Well, really what you want is your fruit to be nice and evenly spaced out, and you want a nice sort of volume, not too many bunches on a vine. Here perhaps we could have lopped off a bunch just before they were changing colour from green to red. Maybe that would give better concentration, but we've found in this vineyard that green harvesting has little effect. But many of the top properties of Bordeaux do chop off in, say, July, chop off quite a few bunches to make sure they have a nice even amount of fruit and not too high a yield, to concentrate just before the harvest everything that's left. All over the world you'll see different sort of trellising systems. Sometimes you'll see bush vines in the south of France, for example. In Bordeaux, we're very regimented on what we're allowed to do, and you'll see that you have these very often sort of perfectly manicured rows of vines. And you see these are actually, I suppose in English you'd call it vertical shoot positioning, where you have the vines are pruned like a sort of T shape, in this case a guillot double in French, and you see the fruit zone is all around one level, and then here's the engine room of the leaves, and all of the Bordeaux vineyards look like this. Now, one thing that people don't really understand is the relationship between the height of the row and the width of the row. And when you see a Bordeaux vineyard, you should probably consider that the optimum weight for the rows to be is that actually the foliage here, the canopy, should be about 0.6 of the width of the row. So when you see a rows this wide, you say, okay, yeah, I see, that's about 0.6 of that, or almost 2/3, and that's a properly maintained vineyard. There's a huge amount of work that goes into looking after the vines. Each vine we tend by hand between 8 and 10 times a season, from the winter pruning through to raising these branches up through the training wires and so on, and we go through with a tractor driven piece of kit between sort of 16 and 22 times in a season, so there's a huge amount of labour. What we've done here, for example, just to give you an idea, and a French word that's so much prettier than the English word, we've done effeuillage, which is de-leafing. We've done leaf plucking away from the fruit zone to make sure that each bunch gets a nice amount of air to keep it sort of rot free and everything has a chance to ripen properly.